What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be testing some new makeup. That's all there is to it. I have a bunch of new products sitting in front of me. I've got Makeup Forever, I have Glossier, I have Guerlain, I've got Milk, I even have the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I drew a blank when I went to pick that up. But I'm excited. I want to do some first impressions. This is not going to be my final thoughts by any means. This will not be final reviews, but I thought we could just sit down, put some makeup on our face, see what kind of look we come up with, see how these products play together, mesh together, and I'm also going to be doing a 12-hour foundation wear test with the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow Foundation right here. So that's what we have in store for this video. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to put some makeup on my face. I've got some things to do today. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in a little bit and we'll get this party started. Okay, so I've zoomed y'all in just a little bit and we're gonna go ahead and start by getting something on these lips. They are so dry. This is the new Milk Makeup Kush Lip Oil right here. I did pick up the one in cookie dough just because the flavor sounded delicious. So I thought we could try this out. I know I don't need another lip oil, but Milk Makeup always pulls me in. This feels nice. It feels very nice on the lips, very lightweight, very hydrating. I definitely smell more of like a vanilla scent versus like a cookie scent, but I also can't remember what the notes were in this either. I think it was like Tunisian vanilla something. But this is what we're looking like. It doesn't give off a lot of color. I'm fine with that, but yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into foundation. I am going to be trying the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow Foundation right here. I did pick up just the mini version of it because it came in my shade, so that's always exciting. The minis do retail for $22. I believe the full size retails for $47. Yes, and let me tell you a little bit about this foundation. So this says that it is an 86% skincare based foundation with medium coverage and a naturally luminous finish that hydrates, smooths, and visibly plumps and brightens the skin. It is a medium coverage, it's a natural and radiant finish, liquid obviously. It says the Hydra Skin Booster Complex mimics the hydrating effect of a sheet mask. Okay. So this sounds exciting. I have never tried the original Makeup Forever HD foundation. I've actually never tried a Makeup Forever foundation. I don't think. No, I haven't. I'm going to go ahead and put on my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer right here. It's a product I know and love, and since we're doing a foundation wear test and I don't have a new primer to test out, this is what we're going to go in with. So I'm excited about this. I've seen a lot of people testing this out and using it and loving it. I was on the fence about it, but when I saw that they had a mini in my shade, I thought, okay, let's go ahead and check it out. So I am the shade 1R02. Okay, it is a little pump. Like, look how cute that is. I love mini makeup. I think it's adorable. So we're going to go ahead and pump some of this out onto my sponge. Ooh, it is liquidy. That immediately started running. That might be... No, I think it's a good shade match. I was worried it might be just a tad dark, and it might be. Let's see if this oxidizes or does anything funky. I want to see how this wears. I am going to be doing a 12-hour wear test with this. Well, I'm going to get as close to 12 hours as possible. It's already like 8:30 right now in the morning, so we shall see what I can do. But I know it'll definitely be over that 10-hour mark for sure. So far, that's looking nice. It is definitely a medium coverage. I'm not having it grab. I'm not having it do anything funky. I can still see a little bit of my redness and imperfections, but again, I don't mind that. For reference, if you're new here, I am 38 years old. I do have normal dry leaning skin in the winter and normal oily leaning skin in the summer months. I live in extremely hot, humid climate. I'm down here in Houston, Texas. So in the summer, I need my makeup to hold up. I need it to last through the heat, through the humidity, through the sweat, all the lovely things that come with living in Texas. And I usually prefer a light to medium coverage foundation with a natural finish. I don't like anything too super matte. I don't like anything too super glowy. I like the middle of the road. That makes me happy. I can get away with a matte foundation more in the summer, and I usually gravitate a little bit more towards those in the summer just because I need everything to hold up and not break apart. But it's still kind of, well, it's back and forth right now. It's supposed to be in the high 80s today, which is insane. It is March and it's gonna be hot. So yeah, this is what our skin is looking like. I do think this is just maybe a tad too dark for me, but the lighter shade looked really, really light. Oh well, we're gonna make this work. If I bring it down, we'll be fine. We do have some things going on today. It's spring break, so we're just going to run around and do some stuff, catch some lunch. I don't know what all we're gonna do. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. But that's what we're looking like. The collection. Whew, the complexion looks beautiful. I'm liking the way that it's sitting on my skin. It's not emphasizing my texture right here or my lines on my forehead, so that makes me happy. So far, so good. Yeah, we will see how this wears throughout the day. I will try and do a check-in. I usually do. I can't guarantee that I will. Not when I've got my kids with me and we're out doing stuff. At some point we'll probably have the dogs with us, but I will try. If not, I will definitely come back at the end of the day and give you like a throughout the day summary. But let's move on to concealer because I have this one from Ritual de Fille. Now this is a lab access formula. So they came out, oh, it's been a little while now since I ordered this. But they are coming out with a new concealer, and what they did was they went ahead and released the product that they have so far in limited quantities to the public, and you test it out. So you get this right here at a heavily discounted price. I think this was 20 bucks. And you test it out. You wear it, you take notes, you do all the things, and then you scan the little QR code on here and it takes you to a survey. You fill it out, you let them know what you thought of the formula, what you thought of the color, what you thought of the consistency, the smell, all the things. And then they're going to work on creating the final product with everybody's feedback. So I thought that was fun. I thought we could test this out together. I don't remember a lot of the claims. This just says it is the ultra high coverage plush wear concealer, and it says notes for tester: evaluate for application, wear, finish, overall formula. When ready, scan QR code on this label to fill out the product survey, not final packaging. But let's test it out. I would love to be part of their research. So this is what the doe foot looks like. I don't know if that's what they're planning, but let's go ahead and check this out. I got the shade Potion 100 Very Fair for soft rose undertones, and that is me. So this is not like super creamy when I put it on, but it's not super thick. It reminds me of the consistency of the House Labs concealer, and I really enjoy that concealer a lot. So let's go ahead and blend this out and we will see how this wears as well. Okay, it's light, it's bright, it's giving full coverage for sure. Yeah, that looks nice. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel thin, it doesn't feel thick either. It doesn't feel serum-like, but it's not heavy. So far it's not sinking in, but of course I just pressed it into the skin. Let's go ahead and press in over here. I like to take it over to my little sunspot, and that's how I can usually tell what the coverage is like. Okay, so far we're looking good, feeling good. I have coverage, my under eyes look good so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. No, we're not. I had to scan to make sure because I've done this before where I have missed products. We're gonna let this sit under my eyes for a little bit, see if it dries down on its own, if it cakes up, if it does anything like that. We will eventually set it with powder, but we're gonna go in with the new Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Sail. So this is a bronzer shade. They came out with several shades in the same formula as the blushes. They're just cloud paints. There is no like, oh, this is a blush, this is a bronzer, but these are bronzer shades. So I thought we could try this together. It's not even open. Oh, I thought I opened everything. I missed that. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try this together. I want to see how this works because I love the Glossier Cloud Paints as a blush. So I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. That's the shade right there. These looked really, really light when I was looking at the swatches, but I went with the lightest shade anyway. So I have a little bit on the back of my hand. It is very cool undertoned. And I'm just going to pick this up with an IT Cosmetics. I don't even know the name of it. Like everything is worn off of this, but I think this is a foundation brush actually. They don't make it anymore. I know that. I tried to get another one and I couldn't. So yeah, she's light in color, which is fine. As long as it's buildable, I don't mind it. I actually really enjoy a lighter bronzer anyway. But I'm not seeing like anything on my skin. Is that just me? I'm not seeing anything. Whoa. Okay, I guess we are going in for this. Okay. Let's try over here with more product. I probably could have gotten the darker one. This is a little light, but the one that was up a shade looked too dark. So now I'm wondering if I should mix them. I might need to pick up the next one at the Sephora sale and see what that does. I will say the formula is nice. From what I can tell, this is going on nicely. It's not lifting my makeup or anything like that. I can't tell if it's patching or anything because I can't really see any color. Like I don't see any color payoff because it's so light. But if it's the same formula as the other cloud paints, which I'm sure it is, just a different color, it's a formula I know, I love, I trust. So I can say as far as the formula goes, this is a beautiful formula. This just is not my bronzer shade. Like that's doing nothing. That's not doing much at all. Like that is very, very, very light. Like it gives the tiniest amount of color. But that's okay because we have a backup. Always. Always. We've had some good releases lately, so I've gone just a little overboard, but it's okay. It is okay. Alright, so this is what we're looking like. Not a lot of color payoff. I think I'm definitely going to pick up the next shade up in the Sephora sale, and then I can mix them together. So I will try that in the future. There might be a little bit before I get to this in a speed review, but as far as the formula goes, I do know it. I do love it. I have been using the Glossier Cloud Paint formula for a while now. It's just, that shade is just not giving me what I want. Let's check out these under eyes. So it's been on for a few minutes and there's no caking. It's not settling into that line. Like when I pull down, I don't see a distinctive line. It has dried a little bit. It's not fully dried down like the Cover FX one that I tried, but it's not still wet. So not bad. If you don't like to set your under eyes, you could probably get away with it. I will try that another day, but since we're doing a 12-hour wear test and I'm leaving the house, we're gonna set these under eyes. So I'm just gonna go in with my Lunar Beauty Universal setting powder. I have the shade Translucent Light right here. I love this powder. This is a new discovery for me. I slept on it. I shouldn't have, but I did. This powder is stunning and I really, really enjoy it. I've been using the little puff that comes with it, so I'm just gonna dab in. I swirl it in the lid to make sure it's evenly distributed. And we're gonna set these under eyes. That looks beautiful. I love this powder because a little bit goes a long way and it just really blurs the under eye, and you can either go in with a brush and a light hand and just get just a soft focused setting to your face, or you can really pack it on with a puff and mattify your face really nicely. We're gonna do the puff, but I'm just not gonna pack on quite as much. I definitely think this is for all skin types for sure. It doesn't dry me out. It doesn't make me look cakey or anything like that. But then I've also seen people with really oily skin that absolutely love this. My reference for oily skin is usually Allie Dawson here on YouTube. She's adorable, but she has wildly oily skin and she is always testing out products for oil control, and she loves this powder. So that was part of the reason I never tried it, because I don't have oily skin, so why would I like it? But it's just beautiful. This is a beautiful powder. It's so finely milled. I really enjoy it. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and bronze. So I picked up the Makeup Forever Artist Bronzer. This is the shade 15 Wild Sand. This is the lightest shade, and this looks nice. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So let me pick up my, what is this? The Singe Beauty F05 brush right here. This is one of my absolute favorite bronzer brushes. It is cleaned off, and so we're just going to dab into this, and we're going to put on some bronzer. Okay, now that's pretty. We are redeeming ourselves. Not not super pigmented. This is going on very nicely. It's not grabbing, it's not doing anything funny, which we like. We're not having any patchiness. I like it. Okay. This looks pretty. I have not tried a whole lot from Makeup Forever over the years. I don't know why, honestly. I couldn't tell you. It was never a brand that fully appealed to me, but I'm really enjoying this new, I don't know if it's a rebrand or what it is, but they are coming out with lots of new products and they're appealing to me. They really are. Makeup Forever has always been more of like a makeup artist brand anyway, but I think they're trying to appeal more to your average consumer, and I like that. I think that looks really, really pretty. It is a matte bronzer, which I'm not mad about at all. I can always bring some life back to the skin with setting sprays, highlight, blush, things like that. So far, first impression, this is really nice. I'm enjoying that. But let's go into blush because I am so excited for this one. So I picked up the new Guerlain Terracotta Blush, and I have the shade, what is it, Light Coral? Yes, 02 Light Coral right here. and take that out. This is beautiful. Look at that shade right there. It has just a little bit of a sheen to it. So we are going to test this out. I'm going to pick up, we're going to go in with this one. This is a Sigma large angled contour brush, an F40 right here. And we're just going to pick up this blush. Now I don't expect this to be super pigmented because it is a luxury formula. So it's picking up nicely on the brush, but yeah, it's not super pigmented. But that is very pretty. It just gives a nice flush of color. Okay, it has a nice little sheen to it, so I've got like this beautiful lit from within glow on my cheek. The shade range in this is actually really nice. So they have 3 light shades and they have 3 deep shades. So I went back and forth because I like a punchy blush, and I was like, well, should I just get a deep blush? And I couldn't decide. So finally I went with the one that looked the darkest on the light spectrum of things, and this is beautiful. I'm very happy with my choice. This looks beautiful on the cheek. It just gives a beautiful, like I said, a beautiful flushed glow. It went on beautifully. I'm not having any issues. It's kind of blurring my cheek a little bit. That looks really pretty. I like the color. I like the formula. I'm excited to see how this holds up. I usually like to do a liquid blush, liquid bronzer, set everything, and then go back with powder products. That way I have like that extra layer of like insurance basically for my makeup. But we're just going to try this on its own, see how it lasts. This was not cheap, but I don't care. Zero regrets at all. I did pick this up at Nordstrom. I think it's also available on Selfridges. It was sold out on their website. I believe it was sold out on their website. These have been coming and going so much. So when they came back in stock, I pounced on it. But let's do a little bit of highlighter because I like to glow. You know I like to glow. So I'm just going to go in with my Rare Beauty highlighter right here. Where's my highlighter brush? There it is. So this is the shade Enlighten, and this is a Rare Beauty highlight brush. I'm just going to pick this up, dust it off because I don't want like the full effect that this highlight gives, because it can be beaming if you're not careful, which I love a beaming highlight, but today I want to go for just a softer aesthetic, especially since we're using some softer makeup. I'm doing a foundation wear test, and we're using this new Makeup by Mario palette. This is what I want to do. So this is what we're looking like. This looks beautiful. I'm happy with the way the complexion looks. Everything is wearing nicely so far. We've only, I mean, it's 8:52, so this hasn't been on a whole lot. I started at like 8:28, something like that. So yeah, so far so good. Let's go ahead and move on to eyes. Actually, no, I have a new brow product. So when I was curating my Ipsy Boxy, what is it, Boxy Charm, when I was curating my Ipsy box for the month, I always go through the add-ons, see what they have, see if they have anything that I've been interested in. And they had the Kristen Dominique brow frame pencil right here. This one she came out with last year, and it's so interesting. I remember her watching her video on it, and it has this like really cool sharpener down here where you go in like that. So I picked it up. I thought we could try it. My brows are starting to fade just a little bit, so I have been using a pencil a little bit more just to kind of fill in the front. That's usually where they fade first. So we're gonna try this one and see what it does. I did get the shade Cool Deep Brown. They didn't have every shade, but let's try her out and see what she does. So we're just going to use this little Mirror in the Makeup Forever bronzer. Now, I believe if you want hair-like strokes, you go in straight like this. So that's what we're going to do. I probably should have tested the color on the back of my hand first, but where's the fun in that, right? Now, I am not great at doing brows, which is part of the reason I got my brows done anyway, because literally I have no brows. Like, my hair cuts off like right here, and I have like this tiny little tail. Yeah, so I would sit in the morning and it would take me forever to fill in these brows, shape them, make them look like they were even from the same family tree, and I gave up. So I guess it's been almost 3 years now. I got them microbladed, and for me, it's the best decision I've ever made. It was the best money I've ever spent. I have zero regrets. I love them. I love my brow girl. She's fantastic, but it is just about time to go see her for a touch-up. So you do have to get touch-ups, but it's okay. So if you're curious about the process, I'm going to tell you about the process while I'm doing this. That way we can have a little bit of an educational session. If you're not interested, just scooch forward a little bit. But so basically I got what is called a powder brow. So I don't have like the hair-like strokes. I think I might get them this time and see how it wears better. But basically I had mine done to where they look like what they would look like if you filled them in with a pencil. So that's what I had done, and you go in and she does like a line, and then she puts some numbing cream on. I don't know if everybody does it the same. This is the way that the girl that I go to does. I did a ton of research for this. But anyway, so she numbs it up really good, and then she goes in and she fills in your brow. And then it takes about 2 weeks to heal, so you look really crazy when you leave. They are very bold, they are very dark, they are very scary. The first time I looked at them, I was like, oh, I messed up. But then they peel, they fade, they do the same thing that a tattoo would do. So if you've ever had a tattoo, they do the same thing. That is looking beautiful. I like the color, I like the ease of that. I don't know if I used it the way that she intended to. I just went in with the sharp side and called it a day, but that looks really nice. I am happy with that. Okay, I like the color, I like the pencil. So far we have a winner. I will continue to test. But anyways, so it's scary when you leave. I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay brow gel right here. But once they peel, they look so natural, they look so beautiful. I get lots of compliments on them. But over time, because of washing your face, makeup remover, actives in your skincare, all of that, they fade. So the first time that you get them done, you go back, I can't remember if it's 3 months later or if it's 6 months later. I think it's 3 months, and you get your first touch-up. And your first touch-up it's less expensive. It's not anywhere near the first price, but basically she goes back in and she just touches up anywhere that needs fading. Sometimes there's more work, sometimes there's less. Mine didn't need a lot, but my mom got hers done. She has like white eyebrows. She can't see very well anymore, so I convinced her to get hers done, and she thought she had messed up. She's like, what did you talk me into? But they look beautiful, and hers need a little bit more touching up. But you get them touched up, and then after that you're good for like a year, year and a half, maybe even 2 years, depending on what you do. And then you go back and you get them touched up, and you just keep up with them. So that's how it works. That's where mine are at. It has been... has it been a year? Oh, I think it's been closer to 2 years, actually. No, it's been a year. So anyways, squirrel, moving on to the rest of this makeup. So if you are interested, there's your little 401 on brow microblading. If you weren't interested, I'm sorry. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to play with the Master Mattes The Neutrals palette from Makeup by Mario. this is what she looks like. I picked her up because I wanted to test out the formula more than anything. I do have the Ethereal Eyes palette. I love that palette, but I've heard that the formula in these is a little bit different. I also have the other one on the way to me because I want to compare formulas, I want to compare shades, I want to do swatches, all that jazz. But today we're just going to play with the neutrals palette right here. So this is what it looks like. We're going to take this off the mirror. So fun, so satisfying. And I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I think for this look, since I am wearing a warm top, I'm going to stay away from these right here. I will test these in the future, but I don't want to do black or gray with this. So we're going to stick more in this range up here. And I think what I want to do is I want to start with this shade right here. Now these don't have names on them, and from the looks of it, I'm going to say that this is MN6. Makeup artist, am I right? I'm going to go in with a Rephr 16 brush. That's the only thing that drives me nuts about palettes like this one and the Skin by Kim palette is I want names. I don't want to have to guess. I don't want to have to try and figure it out. I don't want numbers. Like, can we just have a name? There's a lot of kick up in the pan. That doesn't bother me, but I like to show just in case. That's going on really pretty. I'm not having any fallout. I'm not having any patching. It's just going on very smoothly. It's building very nicely. Alright, let's go ahead and build this color up just a little bit. So I'm going to pick up this shade right here, which actually I think this was MN7, which means this is probably 8. If it goes this way, yeah, this is 8. Anyway, this shade over here above the black. And I'm going to pick up with a Rephr 01 brush. And we are going to put this in my outer corner. So far this is a very nice formula. I am enjoying it. I have not touched it, so I can't tell you like what it feels like with my fingers or anything. I will throw some swatches in over here, and I will continue to test this as well. It will be in a future eyeshadow palette ranking video. I will let you know my final thoughts and what we think of the formula. I'm going to take that same shade on the tip of that same Rephr 01 brush, and I am just going to lightly fluff this along my lower lash line just to give a little bit of depth, nothing crazy. This is giving like editorial vibes. This is really pretty. This is not my everyday vibe, but I'm liking the way it's looking. Just very soft, very simple, very like effortless. Okay, so I want to add just a little bit of this really dark brown. I kind of want to line over here and give a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to go in with a Rephr 03 brush. It's just this tiny little brush right here, and I'm just going to like dab into here. I'm not like swirling or anything, just on the tip of my brush, and I just want to go like right along my lash line and kind of wing it out over here. I carry that same shade right here along just like the inner third of my lower lash line. Give a little bit of drama, a little bit of cohesiveness, a little bit of depth in that outer corner. So I did, like I said, get a lot of kick up in the pan, but I didn't get any fallout, so that makes me happy. But this is looking beautiful. I know I love color, I gravitate towards color, but there's something about a neutral eye that's like very heavy on the outer corner and then just kind of light and airy on the inner corner. That's just, it's beautiful, it's classic, it's just, I love it. But let's go ahead and let's set the rest of this lid. So I think what I want to do is pick up this shade right here, which is going to be number 2. And I just want to put that on the rest of my lid. So I'm going to, where's the brush that I want? Here we go. All right, so I'm going to pick up that shade with a rougher O2 brush. And we're just going to pop that right here on my lid. That looks very pretty. I'm just bringing that same shade with that same brush down on the inner part of my lower lash line where I didn't put those dark shades, just so we've got some cohesiveness and we don't have like the stark concealer look down there. Now you could leave this there, that is very beautiful, but I want to take it one step further because I want to test as many shades as I can, and I'm going to take that same brush that I just used, I'm going to flip it over to the clean side, and I want to go in with this shade right here. This shade is just a smidgen off of, sorry, this shade right here, and I want to put that like right where those two shades meet. So I'm just going to pick up the tiniest amount and I'm just going to like fluff and feather right there. Like that gives just enough difference for me that it has like a gradient to it. Is this necessary? No, but I also want to test this palette out, see how these shades play together, see how they stack, see how they perform. Things like that. Like sometimes shadows hit their limit and they're like, okay, you can only blend me out with so many shades, and then they kind of fall apart, and this is not doing that. That looks beautiful. Okay, let's take, here it is, a rougher 13 brush right here, and I'm going to go in with this shade. It's number MN1. It's almost like a white, but it's like a little creamier, and I just want to pop this in my inner corner just to give a little contrast. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so I think for this look I'm going to stick with very soft. I'm not going to do a liquid eyeliner. I think I'm just going to tight line my upper and lower lash line. So I'm going to make sure I grab the right one. I'm going to grab my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liner in Cinnamon. It's my favorite. She needs to be sharpened. Hold please. Okay, better. So I'm going to tight line my lid up here, so I'm just kind of going right in on that lash line, keeping it nice and tight just to give a little bit of depth. This is really hard to do on camera. I want to show you how to do this if you've never done it. So really what I like to do is kind of hold up and do that, and see the difference that gives, where it just kind of deepens the lash line and gives a little bit more drama without giving like that stark liquid liner moment. We're just gonna bring this all the way across. I love these liners. They are so nice. They're so creamy, smooth. They don't irritate my eyes. If my eyes start to water, they don't budge. This is a fantastic formula. This is a favorite product from the brand. I'm going to go in with my Tower 28 Making Waves Mascara in Drift, and before I do that, I'm going to curl my lashes. Let me clean it off. It's got some sparkle on it. I'm going to curl my lashes with my rougher lash curler. I love this one because they have a small one. This is like for narrow eyes, like small eyes, not narrow, but for small eyes, and it just gets in there and does so well. I had a little bit of, nice. I have a little bit of liner on here. Oh well. absolutely beautiful. I really like the way this looks. I like this palette so far. I'm excited about it. I know it's boring, I know it's neutral, but neutrals are just, it's a classic. It is a classic for sure. It's like that little black dress that just, you know, you don't wear it often, but when you do, you just feel so good in it. Or like that classic red lip. That's what a neutral eye is to me. Alright, so this is what the completed eye look looks like. I do have a little bit of like old liquid liner that got caught on my eyes from my eyelash curler, but this is beautiful. I'm really liking the way that this looks. Like I said, very classic, very sexy, very just feminine, beautiful, simple. I know I did a lot of steps, but I really wanted to try out as much as I could. But so far, I'm impressed with this. I like the formula. I'm curious to see if the original Master Mattes is the same formula or if it's different, anything like that. But this is beautiful. Let's go ahead and pop something on my lip. Yeah, let's pop something on my lip. So I'm going to grab my MAC liner in Dervish. This is one of my absolute favorites. I will say that lip liner from Milk is still on my lips and it's been on almost an hour. It still feels hydrated. I don't think this is going to last like all day, but it's easy to reapply because it's not super pigmented. That's the lip right there. And then I'm going to go in with my House Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze in Guava. I love this. This is so pretty. Absolutely beautiful. I'm excited. I ordered a bunch of the new Huda glosses, the faux filler lip glosses, and those are on my way to me. So I'm excited to try those out. I think I got 4 shades. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and set this face. I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit and we are going to chat about this makeup. Okay, so this is our final look using all of these products. I think this looks beautiful. I'm excited to wear this for my day. I love the way that my makeup is looking. I love the eye look. I feel very just beautiful, very classic, simple. I really enjoy it. But I'm gonna go ahead and go throughout the rest of my day. I will come back in and at least give you a final check-in after 10 to 12 hours. We'll see how the day goes. It could get a little chaotic, but yeah, we'll come back at the end of the day, see how the foundation wear, give you my final thoughts on that, and then we'll go over some of these products, see how they wore, give you my first impression of them. And yeah, so I will see y'all in just a little bit. All right, so we are back. It is currently 8:49 p.m. and I have had this face of makeup on all day. I'm ready to take it off, but this looks beautiful. I am impressed. It was warm outside. It was a little on the muggy side. We went bowling. It was hot, got a little sweaty, and everything held up so beautifully. I am impressed. I don't have anything breaking down around my mouth. Nothing is caking around my nose. It didn't emphasize my forehead lines. Even my under eyes look beautiful as well. So I'm happy with my makeup. I'm happy with my purchases. Let's chat a little bit about the products that we used. So let's go ahead and start with the Milk Makeup Kush Lip Oil right here. I need to keep testing this. I only had it on for, what was it, about an hour while I was doing my makeup, but my lips stay hydrated. It felt nice. It was lightweight, very hydrating, very moisturizing. The smell, once it was on my lips, I didn't smell it anymore, but this is really nice. I am enjoying it. I do want to continue to test it, so it will live on my desk for a while. The concealer. The concealer is a beautiful formula. I know this is not the completed formula. So far, I am impressed. I can't wait to keep testing this out, and then I can go in and give my final thoughts, and eventually we will see what product comes to fruition from this. I'm excited, but I like this. It is a little bright for under my eyes, a little contrasty. I'm not really used to that, but I could always set it with like more of a pigmented powder and it would be fine. So I am enjoying that, but I do want to keep testing it. The foundation right here, this looks beautiful. I am impressed. My face feels very nice. This isn't as hydrating as I thought it was gonna be, honestly. I thought I was gonna have more of like a natural finish to my face, but it could be the powder. I will continue to test it with other products. I'll probably test it with my Hourglass powder as well, see how it wears. But it didn't break down, it didn't move, it didn't fall apart, it didn't cake up on me. So that in my mind is a winner. I like the coverage, I like the way that my skin looks. Not the best shade match, but honestly, like, you can't really tell unless you get like all up on me. So not bad. The Glossier Cloud Paint right here in the shade Sail. The formula is beautiful. I know the formula. I love the formula. I can already tell you that. It works beautifully over and under powder products. It blends nicely. It's buildable. This is not the color for me. It is a little too light. Maybe it gives enough of a bronze for some people, but for me, I like something a little bit more like this to give me a little bit more color. So I do want to pick up the next darker shade. I'll probably pick it up during the Sephora sale, and then I will come back, try those together, mix the colors, try them separately, things like that, and then I can give you my final review on that. The Makeup Forever Artist Bronzer in Wild Sand. This is a beautiful bronzer so far. This is what I have on. It hasn't faded. It didn't patch. It didn't pull. It didn't do anything weird. The color is beautiful. It's not too warm on my skin. It's not too neutral. It's not too yellow, anything like that. So far I'm enjoying this, and this is a huge pan, so I love that as well. The Guerlain Terracotta Blush in Light Coral. This is beautiful as well. I still have my blush on. It is lightly pigmented, but it's buildable, so you can definitely build up to a beautiful color. I like that it has a little bit of a sheen to it. I am enjoying this. I can't wait to continue testing it. Out of the luxury blushes that I have tried so far, I'm really enjoying this formula more than I am those. The Kristen Dominique Brow Frame Pencil right here. I like this. I think my brows look beautiful. I actually think they look better using this than they do with my Kosas brow pencil that I have been busting out lately and using because my brows are fading. I really enjoy this. I like this tip right here. It's perfect for getting like little hair-like strokes. I am going to go in and watch her video and see exactly how she says to use this, test it out that way, continue to test it. I will give you my final thoughts. I am going to link that video down below, so if you're interested, you can hop over and watch that as well. The Makeup by Mario Master Mattes The Neutrals palette. I think this is beautiful. I really like the tones in here. I like the shades. I like the formula. It blends nicely. It builds nicely. It held up really well throughout the day. I didn't have any problems with creasing or fading or even it like drifting off down under here, and I don't ever prime under my eyes. So this is beautiful. If you're looking for just a good like neutral matte eyeshadow palette, I really enjoy this formula. So yeah, do with that what you want. I will continue to test it because I have not used all of the shades in here. I really want to try these two shades here, so I will keep you updated. I will probably do like another reel with this or something, and it will be in a future palette ranking video. But I think that is everything that we tried that was new today. Yeah, so that's all I have. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've tried any of these, if you're interested in any of these. I want to know. Let's have the conversation down below. But as always, I want to thank you all so much for being here today, watching my video, and spending your time with me. It means so much. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button before you leave, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every week, most days, if not every single day, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye.